Okay, here's 14th or 15th of January 2016. I'm at the Field and Game, NT Field and Game. Just finished the day cleaning up, putting up some more shade areas, slashing in between all of the in the shooting stations, cleaning up the tracks and making the place presentable. Got a shoot on this weekend. Just had a shower of rain. It's the 14th of January actually. Thursday the 14th. As you can see, just went in there a few months ago and cleaned out all the deadfall with the bobcat, and now I just slashed it down so the grass will take off and try and clean out some of the suckers. As you can see, that's what most of the bush here looks like now after the fire, because we had a fire go through here a few months ago and burn everything. So just trying to clean that up so that we can manage our fire risk for this year, coming year, and we can also pick up a lot more targets that land on the ground that haven't been hit. So a bit of distance between the shooting stations, safety, and give us a little bit of variety. It's been a pretty pleasant day today. It hasn't been too hot. It was hot early on this morning and then had a nice cool change come through when the storm came in. So slashed the track up through there, slashed in around these couple of stations here, slashed this station out. Probably I might have a go tomorrow at some of these stumps that are sticking up with the bobcat, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get them out. I need a bigger machine. Sometime whilst the wet season's still here, I might walk an excavator over and dig some of these stumps out. So it's been a pretty good day, and yesterday also Pete and I put up some of these shade areas. Had ourselves a bit of a clean up. We've gotten a whole bunch achieved. I'll walk back down here. As you can see in the distance there, that's the roof over the clubhouse, or what is the clubhouse at the moment. This is clubhouse version number 1. Starting clubhouse for us to get something underway, be able to have somewhere dry and out of the sun, out of the wet. Just got to finish this netting off over this shooting station. Got some trees planted. We have, that's our main shooting ground over there where the 5 stand is, and that, well, I've just walked out of the simulated range. So this is all cleaned up in here pretty well. I'll keep on top of that by mowing it and keeping it down, and then the grass will really take over there and we won't have such a fire hazard as what we had last year. Because obviously, whilst this is really nice and green now in the dry season, so January, February, March, April, May, June, it stops raining here, and it doesn't rain again. It doesn't rain again until November, December. So we've got roughly speaking 6 months of what we call the dry season, and 6 months of the wet season. And depending on how well the wet season goes, depends on how much fuel build-up we get. And obviously all of this will die or die off, and it becomes quite a fire risk. So it's another one of the shade structures there. That's the 5 stand. We're in the process of setting ourselves up with some permanent traps. We've got one out there with got a trap in it, so that's on a permanent basis. And this is the covered area over the containers, which we put the roof on last weekend. Put the sheets on Saturday and finished screwing it off on the Sunday. So that's the whole area covered. Containers are covered, no water getting in underneath there. Really, as you can see, it's elevated up off the container, so it allows for airflow through there. I would say that the temperature in the containers has dropped by 50% at least. So it's got 500 on the outside, a metre on the inside. Concrete slab in between, got 9 metres in between, and that's a 40-foot shipping container, so it's 12 metres. We've got Insul brake, Thermocell, whatever you want to call it. There's a couple of different types, it's brand name really. So that's all up underneath it as well, which adds to pulling the temperature down. And then we've got a huge amount of airflow through here, which makes it really quite comfortable. We've just had a shower of rain through here about an hour ago, and this is just from washing down the concretes. And so we didn't have any leakage in here, we didn't have any water come in. You might be able to see it, but there's a good 1800 millimetres of overhang over the edge of the roof. So both ends. So that gives us plenty of area so to try and stop the rain coming in. Obviously, when it's really blowy, as per a tropical wet season storm, it will come in onto the concrete, but it won't last very long. There's 60 mil fall across this concrete both ways from the middle out, so it doesn't hold. And that's the footing detail. There, just welded onto that pier is 2 metres into the ground, 600 round. The reinforced 4 Rio bars plug welded into there, and that goes down 1500. So that's the little track that we hired today to give it a slash. So that's the day for the day. I'm going to go home and have a cold beer, swim. See you later.